welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I thought I would go ahead and do the video for the hashtag Decan Walk 2023, the Cancer 3 Moon in Cancer 4 of Cups spread by Marlena Teresa. I'm uploading a video now on the 4 of Cups itself, but since we are now into a new Decan for Cancer, the last Decan of Cancer, we are entering Moon in Cancer. The Moon is the High Priestess, which is a symbol here, Moon. The 4 of Cups is the card that represents this specific Decan. So we have the Moon in Cancer, and Cancer is, of course, the Chariot that's been throughout all the Decans of Cancer. And I talked about this in the video I just uploaded. And I read from T. Susan Chang's book. It talks about several different ways to look at this 4 of Cups. One is the status quo. And then one was, I can't remember words tonight. I can't remember the word I was looking for. Geez, my brain. It just quit working. But I see this card as a depressing card. Like, I see it as literally a depression. She talked about, I just had these other papers. She talks about this card being boredom or talking about the status quo and talking about other things. And I saw it as I always see this card as a depression card. And for some reason, when I was reading through this stuff today, it was almost like, oh my gosh, my thing just went off.
Hundreds of your own groceries, but
my music just went off. And now I can't find the remote. But I always think of it as depression, and I thought about, for some reason I kept hearing the words ashes in my mouth. Food tastes like ashes in my mouth. And I know that's a movie I've seen or a poem I read, something. It talks about a whole thing of like not being able to see things clearly, not being able to taste things. And then I Googled turn to ashes in my mouth. I was looking for this, what do you call it? The poem, because I swear it was a poem. But then it talks about all these other things that are ashes. And it says, in the ascent, dust and ashes used to convey a feeling of great disappointment or disillusion about something, often found in the fuller form, turn to dust and ashes in your mouth. The phrase is used in the Bible as a metaphor for worthlessness. For example, in Genesis 18:27 and the book of Job 30:19, it derives from the legend of the Sodom apple or Dead Sea fruit, whose attractive appearance tempted people, but which tasted only of dust and ashes when eaten. Maybe that's it. But it goes over a bunch of different ways. It talks about ashes in your mouth. It says to turn to ashes in your mouth. In classical mythology, the phoenix was a unique bird resembling an eagle that lived for 5 or 6 centuries in the Arabian desert. After this time, it burned itself on a funeral pyre, ignited by the sun and fanned by its own wings, and was then born again from the ashes with renewed youth to live through another cycle of life. The simile like a phoenix from the ashes is used of someone or something that has made a fresh start after experiencing total destruction. And then there's talks about the ashes in the mouth again, a legendary fruit which looked appetizing but turned to smoke and ashes when someone tried to eat it. But that's how I kept seeing this today, was like this, I see this card as a depression card. It's not flat out refusing the cup. It's they're so despondent that they're not seeing that there's a cup there. They're so inside themselves that they're not seeing the opportunity at hand. And that's how I see the 4 of Cups. But I did do the spread here. There's 4 cards to draw, and I did do a meditation and drew some cards. And I just kind of, it's funny because I was so dead set on, oh my God, the Cancer is going to wreck me, because it's all about water, it's all about emotions, and it really hasn't affected me until we hit this last Decan, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is me. Everything I'm describing is me. And so it just kind of weirdly hit me, because the Chariot, first of all, is my soul card. I don't typically resonate with the Chariot card. I have, because I'm a Virgo, I do resonate more with the Hermit, but on a soul level, I understand why the Chariot is my soul card. And I just found it interesting because it's the Chariot is representative of Cancer, and I did resonate deeply with this specific Decan, which confounds me. Plus, this is the Decan my husband was born under, so I see it completely being him, but I also see it completely being me as well, which I was not expecting. So here we have the Cancer 3, Moon in Cancer, 4 of Cups, and we got the High Priestess, 4 of Cups, and the Chariot at the top, and then there's 4 cards drawn at the bottom. The first question is, what fills my cup? And I'm pulling from, oh my gosh, the Gaian Tarot, because to me this is a very watery, emotional deck, and that's how I see it. So that's the deck I've been using for this. But, and of course I'm going to pull the 5 of Water. I pull this card a lot in this deck, which is why I think of water, which is why I think of emotions with this specific deck, because I pull this card a lot. It says, what fills my cup? And I can tell you right now, it's alone time. And I was telling somebody yesterday, I am never alone. I'm filming this late at night because that's the only alone time I get. Any other time, I've got people in my ear, people in my face, and I love my family and I like being around them, but I'm a hermit at heart. I need that downtime to regenerate myself. And that's what I feel here greatly, is this, she's almost, and it doesn't even look like your typical 5 of Water or 5 of Cups. It looks like she's in a meditative zone, which is another option for the 4 of Cups. They could be in a meditative, almost Zen-like pose right here, and instead of being despondent. They could very well be meditating and trying to find that inner peace, which is what I see in this 5 of Cups. So that's interesting. So number 2 and 3 describes the status quo, which I found quite interesting. We got 7 of Air and the Teacher, the Hierophant. Isn't that the Hierophant? I can't remember. The 7 of Air is 7 of Swords, which is normally they're stealing the swords. Here I almost feel like, and it almost feels like there's like a Mayan temple or Aztec temple back there, which that's on my bucket list of things to see. But it's almost like he's got the map, he's got the tools, and he's looking for that direction. Which, again, this almost reminds me of the Buddha here, because this 4 of Cups also talks of, like, this could very well be Buddha with under the tree, where that moment where he becomes the Buddha, where he's found this inner wisdom. And I almost feel that exact same feeling here with this, with the tree. He's sitting under a tree again, and here he's looking for that direction to get, he's got the map, he's got all the tools, but all you need to do is have that quiet alone time. And I don't ever get that. So that's quite interesting that this kind of backtracks to this card. So number 4, what lies beyond the cups? And we got the King of Water, of course. It's the top of the heap, right? Quite interesting. Hold on one second. Okay, I had to let my dog out. Sorry. So what lies beyond the cups is the, and I almost feel like, again, here, what lies beyond this, even the king of water, the king of cups, is this emotional stability, is this inner wisdom, this inner peace. And I find that quite interesting, quite eye-opening actually, because I quite often get this kind of message, but this time it's almost like I've been getting the same message over and over and over, but this time it hits differently. If that makes any sense. If you guys have had that kind of experience, let me know. Where you can get told something over and over and over, but then a certain way it's told, a 10th or 15th time, you're like, oh wait, now I get it. So it's more about me using that quality alone time when I finally do get it as a tool to help enlighten me, or find that inner peace, or that inner truth even, or that inner wisdom. That makes total sense. Because when I do spend my alone time, I'm usually just binge watching TV, or I'm not doing the things I need to be doing in that alone time, in that moment where I should be meditating, or I should be taking my practice to another level, or I should be finishing that book because I've got 9 or 10 of them started. And I was telling somebody at work today that I'm one of those people that I start things and then don't finish them, and then I'll start something else because I get bored. And again, we're coming back with boredom with the Four of Cups. I get bored very easily with things, and so out of boredom, I start new projects instead of finishing the ones I have. And maybe this cup isn't a new thing being offered. It's something old that I need to reevaluate or relook at, or just finish. So that is quite interesting. So I'm going to pull, because this is the last decan of Cancer, and it is a water sign. So I'm going to pull, and I forgot to do it last decan, but this decan I'm going to pull from the Water Blessings Affirmation Cards by Akala Pratam. This is the water deck. This is by Rockpool Publishing. There's all 4 elements are out there, and they're little teeny tiny baby cards. They're like $12. They're little bitty, and I edged this in like a teal blue. But do we have anything else, any affirmation to add to this reading? Any affirmation to add to this reading? I'm not pulling 30 cards here. Any affirmation to add to this reading? Affirmation to add to this reading. We got this dolphin here. Pretty. And it says, divine offering. Are you freaking kidding me? So this... I always felt like it is something divine being offered. It's something that's good for you. You're either just ignoring it or not seeing it because you're in this state. Oh, that's crazy. It says surrender. And I've been getting the word surrender a lot this week. Don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know why. It's crazy. But it says surrender to the flow of the deepest currents of the new creative earth. Wow. And of course, I'm an earth sign, so it's bringing in that earth element as well, which I found fascinating. Very fascinating. Very fascinating. So that is what I got for this spread. And there's a lot, even with the 4 of Cups here, there's a lot of earth in that. There's a lot of earth in this one. And then there's water in all the rest. And then this one's got a lot of earth in it. Interesting. Anyway, that's my spread. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And I'll see you for the next zodiac sign. I can't wait. I kind of can because it's a fiery one, and the last fiery one about killed me. So we'll see. And you guys have a good night. Bye.